$15.15 now proudly brings to you the GTS Podcast, guys talking smack, the podcast where we talk about whether Smackdown was a smack up, a smackdowner, or a smack in the face. This is your boy EJ the King.
This your guy J.Fields.
And Smackdown Live took place this weekend.
Cleveland, Ohio.
The land. Home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James.
The Cleveland Indians.
Will it be the home of Kyrie Irving this season? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, Cleveland.
The new home of Derrick Rose.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for Cleveland. I mean, as Joe Kim Noah would say, nobody wants to be in Cleveland. Nobody take vacations in Cleveland.
Right.
I mean, I know Sterling and Miller probably say it best because they Chicago natives, but man, that interview was classic. But
The Miz.
Home of the Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess you could say Dolph. I thought we was gonna get Dolph tonight. Maybe he's on the dark match. Because he was at a live show, I think, earlier this week. So I guess no future endeavor.
Right. Not yet. Well, they said Friday. We have to wait for Friday.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay.
They said Friday we should. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yikes.
Well, maybe not for him, but for whoever's on going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to get it.
Get it.
On Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Before we get down with the rundown, J.Fields, you have a match to watch for?
New Japan. Let
me guess. G1 Climax.
G1 Climax 2017. Like, they're killing it. Like, that's all I've been able to watch. Every time I'm just catching up on matches in my spare time. I hadn't even gone on the New Japan app. I just been doing Daily Motion and just watching, like, the matches and repeat. But one of the ones that stood out to me, they had this match not too long ago, was Naito versus Ishii. And they had this match a while back, and it was really good. And they had another match in the G1. And 30 minutes of just damn good shit. Just damn great match. Like, I'm talking about, like, of course, Ishii he's like I guess you can kind of compare him to, like, he's the ground and pound guy. He's kind of like a Samoa Joe type. You know what I'm saying? With the hard strikes and the heavy clotheslines and the suplexes and, you know, things like that. And, of course, Naito, we've talked about him on the show many times. He's just a cocky asshole. And, like he doesn't show emotion. Like, the thing I like about Naito is the fact that, like, he's an asshole, but, like, he doesn't get those aggressive. He just does it. He just does it. Well, like, no, he's aggressive, but he doesn't get that look on his face, that aggressive look on his face. He's just doing whatever he's got to do. You know what I'm saying? And, like, they were literally knocking each other's heads off between kicks and clotheslines and forearms. And Naito, he held his own in there, but Ishii ended up winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, just beat the hell out of them. They just beat the hell out of each other. Just damn good shit. So, like, definitely a match to watch for. Like I told you last week, if you have Daily Motion, the app on your phone, download that. Just type in G1 Climax, or either type in one of your favorite New Japan pro wrestlers that's a part of the G1, and you'll get a whole list of matches off of the G1. So check that out, definitely.
Alrighty. Well, moving on. Not yet. Moving on to news and rumors. WWE female superstar Bayley has been injured from her bump that she took Monday during the match against Nia Jax. They're going to do more tests on her later on this week to see how serious it is, but yeah, that happened. Thoughts on that?
I have some thoughts on that. I don't think it's legit. Yeah. I think it's a storyline. I think it's a way of trying to throw the people off. Because, yeah, she took the bump and she kind of played the injury for the rest of the match. But I figured that's just a way to get Sasha back in the storyline. Like, oh, she can't go, so I'll step in for Bayley. And then if Sasha wins, then that's going to kind of turn her without actually turning her when Bayley comes back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think, like, Bayley, like, if anything, Bayley be at ringside. You know, so Bayley have to sit the match out and Sasha go in and fight. and either Bayley's gonna cost her the match, and then Sasha's gonna beat the hell out of Bayley, or Sasha's gonna win, and she's gonna say something like it should have been me anyway from the jump, and Bayley's gonna take offense, and then the fans are gonna start to turn on Sasha.
Yeah,
I think it's a storyline.
I feel the same way. I mean, we all saw. I mean, I just showed you a few minutes ago that on the computer that they showing the WWE exclusive of the injury and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So usually when they go backstage, a lot of times when they show somebody got hurt, it's pretty much worked in. So it's gonna be probably part of the storyline, just like you said. So I agree. They kind of when I heard your theory on it, it actually further made me believe that it is probably a work for their program. So, but which I think we already talked about this a while ago. This is I feel like it would have been a better prediction if they just didn't try to do this at all and just went straight up with the match with Bayley versus Alexa, and let Sasha come down to support Bayley like she did when she was going against Charlotte, and then finally get that Sasha turn that we been waiting for I don't know how long, things like that. But yeah. Moving on, we also have that. I have the news. Well, it was reported last night that after SmackDown Live went off, Baron Corbin came to the ring, attacked Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena, I guess, came to his aid and put Baron Corbin through a table. And they also said that was the original plan for the match on SmackDown Live, but they made a last-minute change at the end. So, I mean, but I'm kind of glad they did it the way they did it, because, if they would have did it that way, I would have been upset. But I have to say, I'll say it later on fire.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna touch base on that match. But definitely, like I said, that was a part that they said they was gonna go with that angle at first, but they ended up doing it. I guess kind of as a dark angle after the show went off. So, Baron Corbin with a sneak attack once again.
But for the record, though, since we probably not gonna get to the post match part that we didn't see, why did they do that? And furthermore, it probably been good if Talkin' Smack was still around. Yeah, this is how Talkin' Smack ties into your show.
Gap now, yeah,
this is how it ties into your show. That was an opportunity there, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
got to send the fans home happy, I suppose. John Cena, because there was fans shocked in the crowd.
They did have to watch 205 live after that, so they had to
send them home.
I'm sorry, that was a mean thing to say.
Yeah, he took a shot.
I did. I'm sorry.
He did. I hadn't watched it in a while.
I haven't either.
Yep.
But that's all I got for news and rumors this week. You got anything?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's get down with the rundown.
All right. Well, SmackDown Live took place live from Cleveland, Ohio. The show kicked off with United States champion, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, taking on the new face of America, Kevin Owens, in another rematch for the title.
Yeah.
We saw AJ Styles retain the title after a ref bump. Kevin Owens went to swing at AJ Styles with an open hand, and he supposedly poked Mike Chioda, senior referee Mike Chioda, in the eye, causing him to not be able to see clearly. AJ hit a victory roll pin on Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was clearly kicking out, shoulder off the mat, and Mike Chioda counted to 3 anyway. AJ Styles retained the title. We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about it.
We're going to get to that in a minute. Next up, backstage, after they come back from commercial, Kevin Owens is livid backstage.
Throwing a bitch fit.
Throwing a fit backstage. He even tries to attack the referee.
Push the shit out of him.
Yeah, show the hell out of him. As Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are trying to defuse the situation, Shane McMahon says, "Hey, we saw what happened. Look, I'm going to give you a rematch at SummerSlam." And Kevin Owens says, "It's not good enough. Damn it, I need a referee that's not going to, just going to fall out after a gust of wind." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan comes up with the idea to put Shane McMahon as the special referee in the AJ Styles Kevin Owens U.S. title match at SummerSlam, to which Kevin Owens accepts.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Next up, Cleveland. We think it's the New Day.
Yes.
But it's not.
No.
It's the Usos. And they come out to the New Day stick and basically just cut a very just another magnificent.
What can we say? I mean, like, never.
And they just rub it in the face that they took out the New Day, and that they're not done with them. That
also with rhymes.
With rhymes, yeah, they rhymed. And they even ended the promo with "Ooh, so rocks, ooh."
I'm gonna need for somebody. Wherever city they are next week, I'm gonna need for them to chant that.
Yeah, Toronto. Toronto's been known for that, for being a raucous crowd.
I need that Uso Rush chant.
Yeah, good stuff. Following that, we got another edition of the Fashion Files. This time it was Fashion Peaks, and Tyler Breeze is without Fandango because he was kidnapped at Battleground, and he's trying to send messages to get to Fandango. No more metaphors. No more metaphors. So basically, he's dreaming that Fandango shows up and he's dancing, and the Ascension show up
pouring maple syrup on the log. I didn't get it. Did you get that?
Maplewood.
I didn't get it. I was sitting lost. I was like, what the hell is this?
And Victor had a rose. And they just started laughing like uncontrollably, like the evil laugh.
God damn, man.
It's getting strange, folks. That's all I'm gonna say about it. It's getting strange. But another Fashion Files was wraps, and they said to be continued. So hopefully next week we dive even further into this this ongoing story with Brizango.
That shit had my jaws hurt. I know. I would laugh at this shit.
I know. Following that, Aiden English, the artist. Aiden English defeated Sami Zayn in an extremely, extremely quick match. Some would say a squash. And following that, the Power of Love, Mike and Maria Kanellis come out to the ramp to basically mock Sami and say, we love each other, and we love that you lost, Sami, which ends that scene. Following that, SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi and Becky Lynch defeated Natalya and Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella, after Carmella tagged herself in the ring, tried to hit her submission. Tried to lock in her submission on Naomi, but Naomi reversed it. I can't remember what the move was called, but it's the sunset flip where she pulls her up, and just the move that she's been tapping people out.
You
with.
Call it the glow stick.
The glow stick. Yeah, we'll call it that since we don't have a name.
I'm surprised they didn't say the glow. Call it the glow because they can feel the glow.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
Yeah, feel that glow. She looked really good last night.
She did. I wasn't going to say anything, but God, like when she came out. Like,
goodness. Whoa. Even when she was walking backstage with Becky, I was like,
Yes. Scrumptious.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. That's what I felt. Following that, backstage, Renee Young was with WWE Champion, the modern-day Maharaja, and the Singh brothers, Jinder Mahal. And he says he doesn't care who wins, the guy from Japan or the guy from America, because he's going to sit in the suite and basically just watch the match from the skybox. Nothing really to report there.
But wait. No, it wasn't.
There was nothing else.
Okay.
There. Then, Rusev, one-on-one versus Chad Gable. Very back-and-forth contest. Ended with Rusev locking in the Accolade, winning by submission. Then Rusev gets on the mic post-match and says that he doesn't have an opponent for SummerSlam and that he needs competition. To which Randy Orton music hit, and he comes down and says that you haven't beaten me. And when he finally gets in the ring, Rusev tries to attack. Orton ducks, RKO. The crowd goes blah.
Yeah.
Following it, in our main event, for the first time ever,
the dream match.
Ooh. The match that we've been waiting for, that we thought that we never get to see. Ever. WrestleMania worthy, SummerSlam worthy. John Cena versus Shinsuke Nakamura, to which we saw Shinsuke Nakamura pick up the clean, squeaky clean victory over John Cena after a Kinshasa knee strike.
To the face.
To declare himself the victor. the winner.
And number one contender. What? What?
You know he's doing it.
Number one contender for SummerSlam against Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Modern day Maharaja.
Yeah. And that, folks, was the Smackdown live from Cleveland, Ohio.
Alrighty.
Oh, GTS.
It's time for our Smack Up, Smackdowner, Smack in the Face. Kicks off with your boy this week. So, my Smack Up this week will be the Chad Gable versus Rusev match. More credit, no offense to Rusev, but more credit to Chad Gable. I mean, god damn, dude. Like, that match was everywhere. I love how it started off. He was already, being the small guy, going against the big guy, and trying to take him down old school wrestling style, but Rusev wasn't going, just toss him around, but he kept on getting up. But I just really love how what they're doing with Chad Gable. I mean, I still feel like right now he has huge potential for the WWE if they do it right. He can be that next Daniel Bryan because he can back it up in the ring. He's entertaining on the mic. He's probably not as sharp as everybody is on the mic, but he would get there, you know what I'm saying, get more TV time. But that match was crazy, man. That match was fun as hell to watch, especially when he did the rolling belly to belly. I don't think I ever seen anybody do that.
Me neither.
Yeah, so that was crazy. And, like, he did it on Rusev on top of that. So, right. I mean, like, it ain't like he tossed somebody the same size as him. But, I mean, it was just the moonsault. I mean, Rusev, like I said, I give credit to Rusev as well. But, like I said, it leans more to Chad Gable. But Rusev always does well in the ring, carries himself well, sells and moves right. I mean, it made Chad Gable look credible in that match. And as far as him losing, I still take him serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's going against a much bigger person, but at the same time, he just came up short. Because a lot of times I got a little scared. I was like, oh, he's going to roll up Rusev. And I don't want to roll up win over Rusev because he's too big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He put him in the ankle lock, and Rusev turned around and kicked him. I mean, like, the super kicks, Rusev sold the ankle injury, even sold it when Randy Orton came out there, things like that. Just the commitment to that whole part. I mean, the whole part of the program, like, I was very well sold, and then I enjoyed every piece of that. So, not saying that I'm looking forward to Randy Orton versus Rusev, but hey, it's something. I mean, maybe, just possibly, Rusev will come out on top of that, but who knows? You actually got to think about it. It's 1 year. At SummerSlam this year, it'll be 1 year from when Randy Orton got squashed by Brock. So, or demolished by Brock, if you want to call that a squash. I don't think it was even a match. But, yeah, back to the subject matter at hand. Chad Gable, Rusev. Good job. Thumbs up.
Good deal.
Anything you want to point on that?
I will say. I mean, if that was my smack up, I probably would have said the exact same thing because that's how I felt about it. It was probably moving more towards SmackDown territory though, because of the post match.
Right.
I don't want Orton versus Rusev.
Right.
If Rusev wins, I'll be okay with it, but I don't want it.
Right.
I just don't because I mean, it's nothing. At this point, I don't think there's anything Orton can do outside of turn heel. That's gonna make me interested in anything that he's doing, even if it's with Rusev. But the match itself, back to Chad Gable, really good match. It didn't, like you said, it didn't hurt him. I think it was a good test of what he can do in the ring. You know what I'm saying? In case people had forgotten the match with AJ all those weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a good reminder to people that, okay, we got another diamond over here. You know what I'm saying? That we can put into place. You know what I'm saying? I think, if anything, it's just a shame that your two singles titles are being dominated by main eventers.
Right.
Because that leaves no title storyline for your undercard. But kudos, Chad Gable. You're my guy.
I really hope they keep that momentum going. I hope it's like next week he's not on the card or something. I mean, I know we didn't get Ty this week. Yeah. And we didn't get – there's some other people we didn't get. We didn't get no New Day. I mean, it's certain people we didn't get. Eric Rowan. Look at how I wasn't even set to say that. I actually thought you were spitting facts. But yeah.
You see, it's a fact. We didn't get Eric Rowan.
But yeah, I mean, like, I hope they actually have room for him in the program sometime this week, next week. Actually, I mean, it's probably safe to say he's not going to make it on the SummerSlam card, but maybe give him something to do next week. I mean,
He'll probably be on the kickoff show. They're probably like a 6-man tag or something.
Or a battle royal. A SummerSlam Battle Royal. Book it. I'm sorry, I did my Mr. Man book it verse. Anyway, J.Fields, that wasn't your smack up. So what is your smack up this week?
My smack up this week is the main event. Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena. Didn't want the match originally. Still didn't really want the match when it happened. By the end of the match, I was just glad to get to the other side of it and how it ended, because it was like, oh my God, okay. I can breathe again.
Yeah.
Because if John Cena was getting ready to have another SummerSlam main event, we did the numbers on this a couple years ago. I don't remember what they were, but there were some really high numbers of the amount of times John Cena has main evented a SummerSlam.
Yes.
For the title. Like in the last match. Time after time after time.
Oh, you got the week. Month. Every year.
Every year he was in the title. We could just name some people: CM Punk, Edge, Randy Orton,
Seth Rollins,
Batista, Brock Lesnar. And some of those matches happened more than once. So every year, dude has been in the SummerSlam main event. It seems like.
You don't believe us? Just Google it.
Just Google it. Just go back to maybe what we're talking. He's been in the main event.
He won the title first in 2005.
2005. So yeah, go back to 2005, 2006, and just look at the SummerSlam cards, and you're gonna see John Cena either defending the title or trying to get the title at SummerSlam in the main event.
Yep.
And even when they had two titles, he was in one of those programs.
Either one. Yeah.
He was in one of those world heavyweight title WWE title programs. It's too much.
Yeah. So
I'm glad he's not in this one.
Seen enough.
Yes, we have. Yeah, we've seen enough.
Yeah.
But overall, the match was really good. I gotta say this. It's still my smack up. I just don't like the way John Cena takes bumps. 15 years. He's supposed to be the greatest fucking wrestler ever to people, or the greatest wrestler. JBL kisses his ass. I can't stand JBL sometimes. He gets on my nerves. He's the biggest. For him to have been on the other side of John Cena as an opponent, the fact that he just loves John Cena to death now just gets on my nerves. It grinds my gears.
Yeah.
It's like, can you be any more of an ass kisser to this dude?
Can't even see his lips. It's so far up there.
I'm saying, you retired. The guy retired you, man.
Yeah.
Somebody retired me. I'm not gonna come out every week and just talk good about him.
Nah.
I'll show some respect, maybe, but I ain't gonna just kiss his ass. Oh man,
I don't like him much, but he's a pretty good superstar. That's the best you're gonna get from me.
Yeah, that's pretty much the line I'd tread as well. But John Cena he just kicks John Cena's ass way too much. I don't like the way John Cena.
But it's better. If it was on Raw, it'd be Michael Cole.
As good as he looked, Nakamura hasn't had the match yet. No, he hasn't had the match yet. He's had some decent matches. I guess what I realized about Nakamura being in WWE is that the second match has always been the first match.
Yeah.
The second match with Dolph was way better than the first.
Baron.
The second match with Baron Corbin was way better. The match with KO was really good. The first time they did it, and then they did it the next week.
But I think it's probably like BK said last night on the thread. I think it's safe to say this is his best match since he's been called up. Would you say that?
I would.
Okay.
But no. I think the KO match was better.
I was gonna say the Dolph match. The second Dolph match was better than
the Dolph match was good too.
So but anyway.
But I like the KO match. Either the KO or the Dolph match, then the Cena match. Cena match would be third.
Okay.
I think people were probably just feeling like that was a really great match because Cena lost.
Yeah, exactly.
And that just that trumps everything, But I'm still being objective here, so I couldn't give it the best Nakamura match, but it wasn't his best to me. I'll say that. But really good match. I like the fact that Nakamura got his stuff in. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, and John Cena kind of played the role of like, I'm gonna wear down Nakamura and not Nakamura carrying the match the whole way. You know what I'm saying? Like they both beat up on each other, and even the submission spots and things like that, with John Cena going for the STFU and I didn't like all those attitude adjustments though.
Right. I
could have did without that, but I understand the story they was trying to tell there. Hey, because he just took one and then he knocked out of it, and then he hit that suplex, But overall, really good match. Even better ending, and I'll rest there.
I'm just gonna say this. I took a day off today from being a John Cena hater, because what he did after that match, even though, You can call who fault it was or whatnot, but he fell on his neck on that move, the suplex that Shinsuke performed on him. And Shinsuke walked up to him after they celebrated his victory, went up to John Cena and said, "I'm sorry," because you messed up. John Cena said, "Don't be sorry, man. It's cool." Raised his hand. I just that did something to me. I was like, okay, that was I was like trying to fight, like, I don't want to like you right now. Stop that shit. But that was a good deal. I mean, I respect that. So for one day only, John Cena, you my dude. One day. Tomorrow I'm gonna hate your ass right back. But just for today, I hate you.
You know what? That's crazy. I didn't even see that. I didn't see that. I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I posted in our wrestling group today.
I didn't catch
It's a video. He walked up to John Cena and said, "I'm sorry." You can read his mouth, and John Cena said, "Don't be sorry." And raised his arm, just pointed to him and said, we good. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that little thing right there.
Right.
That I was like, that was cool as hell. Like, damn, why you had to do it? But like I said, I respect the hell out of him on that shit. Like I said,
I'm gonna go back and watch that. I didn't see it. I figured that there was gonna be some conversation between them about it because I know it wasn't supposed to go that way.
Right. Because I saw when it happened, I was like, oh, I see.
And John Cena's a big dude. Yeah. That's 250 pounds coming down, folded up on your neck. And no matter how big your neck is, and dude already has some neck issues. So it's like,
Shinsuke would catch some heat if he had put him out of commission too. So
But like really, John's supposed to flip over and land on his stomach.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But he took it like a regular backdrop.
So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't put it on the blame on Shinsuke. But Shinsuke came up to him and said, "I'm sorry." Like that's why I said chemistry in the ring matters a lot. So that's when he was pointing out, like, a lot of Shinsuke's second matches are better. Right. Because like majority of the time they go in there blindsided, like first time matching up, like probably first time when he fought Baron Corbin. The match was what it was because that was the first time linking up. But they felt each other out that night. Later on, they had the second match. I know how to react to what you do and everything. So it makes things better. But that's why I said, man, go old school, man. Come to work early. Go in there, work out your chemistry, work out, certain bumps, work with each other. And like John Cena is known for that. So that's the other thing I was a little surprised about. But I mean, like, not that the match was sloppy or anything, but like that one little bump, like you should know how that move is executed. Like, everybody lands on their face, like flipped over the opposite way on that reverse suplex, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, like I said, shout out to John Cena on that.
Yeah, I can give him that. I'll give him that much.
Yeah, but that was close. It was my close smack up, man. Yeah. I mean, that match was great. I mean, that's how you end the show, Raw.
So I take it you didn't like the Big Show and the Big Cash.
Did you?
No.
Okay. I was confused. I'm sitting there with my hand, like, Undertaker clenched up on my shoulder. I'm like, what is this? Like, I was like, what's the main event gonna be? And that's what the main event was. Guy asked somebody, like, I think somebody in the group, I said, like, so if this match is going on now, what's the main event? And he was like, oh, Kurt Angle said he has a surprise for the end of the show. I'm like, okay, maybe something big. Then this happened. I'm looking at the time, I'm like, it's 9:53.
It was something big. It was the Battle of the Giant.
The battle of the big people. Big Cash, Big Show.
Yeah.
Big shit.
Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. But
now it's time to take that turn.
Indeed.
And talk about what brought us down this week.
So, DJ, what was your Smackdown this week?
My Smackdown this week was the botched finish of KO and AJ Styles. Why? Which leads to another match at SummerSlam. That upset me. Because the fact of the matter is, like, I wanted another opponent for AJ. I understand you got to find something for KO, but I wanted somebody else to step up for AJ. I didn't want to see Baron, so maybe Luke, somebody, anybody step up.
Maybe Eric.
Stop inserting Eric Rowan into the shit. Stop it.
Are you agitated?
But yeah, I mean, but like overall, that match. Decent match. Great match. I mean, I ain't gonna say great. Good match. Good way to kick off SmackDown strong, going straight in. But that finish, man, like number one, which you pointed out, I think we talked about this. We didn't actually record this yet, but like the fact that whatever was supposed to happen at the end, he's supposed to poke them in the eye or whatnot, and it missed, and then the roll-up pin. I mean, like, what the hell was going on? Like, I'm saying, like, I said to myself, another bot. When I watch wrestling, I talk out loud a lot of times.
Yeah.
And nobody don't even have to be around me. I'm like, another botch finish? Like, for real? Like, this is what we doing? Like, why? What's up? Like, why does it always come down to a controversial call? Like, we already get this at the pay-per-views. Why are we getting it during our weekly Smackdowns? But, I mean, I'm just disappointed with this program. Like, it had a lot of potential. But it's just the fact that, you know, we getting this so many times, like, and it ain't the same as like how we usually complain about like Dolph versus Miz a million times or Sami Zayn versus KO a million times. Like, this is getting to the point where like I don't even care if they have a great match next time. I mean, yeah, they're very capable of knocking it out of the park, but like, am I looking forward to seeing it? No. And like I said, I know we always say that, but like I don't want to see that match again.
Right.
So
I mean, you gotta think about it. This match has been going on for a long time. Like I mean, they've been having this match for quite a minute.
Since May.
Ever since Jericho left. AJ instantly moved into the U.S. title picture, and it's been a back and forth thing. And the problem is that for me is, and this is my smack in the face. So this is my smack in the face. Like, they need to watch somebody else's comp. Like, they need to, like, get the creative department together. And they need to literally watch some other promotion. Mm-hmm. Because all these disqualifications, all these ref missing the calls, all these ref didn't see somebody's foot under the rope, didn't see somebody's leg on the ropes, didn't see somebody clearly kick out somebody's shoulder off the mat. Like, this shit's getting ridiculous. And they're doing it in everybody's storyline. So nobody can win now. The referees are that damn incompetent. Stop trying to make this shit like missed calls like fouls or something in the NBA or missed pass interference call in the NFL. Like, we know that happens in the NFL. Yeah. But the thing about it is that we know that this is wrestling.
Scripted, yeah.
We know it. You know what I'm saying? And so the quote unquote, I'm doing the air quote, the quote unquote missed call isn't really a missed call. Mm-hmm. It's something that you created. You're creating controversy.
But not only that, it happens too much.
Way too much.
If it was spaced out every now and then, they make a botch finish and referees, you know, it's controversial, I can somewhat deal with it. But like, this just happened.
And nothing happens to the referees as a result. It'd be different. Like, oh, you missed this call. We're going to not let you call this big match over here. Or we're going to demote you or let you sit out a couple weeks or suspend you or fine you. Like, when referees blow calls in the NBA and the NFL, coaches, players, everybody shit on them for it. You know what I'm saying? Fans shit on them for it. Mm-hmm. We're not getting that. Now, of course, KO went off about the botch. You know what I'm saying? But like most times, it's never spoken of again. In the next match, the referee right back out there doing whatever they do. And it's like, come on now. Like, been watching wrestling for the better part of, like you said, 25 plus years. Mm-hmm. Ain't no way that all of a sudden now referees can't see shit.
And not even that, just like KO brought as well, like, why are these referees so fragile? Like, this is 2017 now. Y'all better get some bigger guys and that's not going to get knocked over just by a thump to the eye or a shoulder bump. Or, you know, like, it be staying out like the video game back in the day. Them guys be out for down there about 5 minutes now, man. Right. So, I mean, it's just like, come on, man. Like, it's beyond my belief right now, you know. But
it's too much. Like, I mean, you think about it. And then the fact that the bump didn't even go over smoothly. Like, this is the second or third time that they've been told to go out and have a sketchy finish, and it's looked completely sloppy. You got two of the best wrestlers in your company, and you're telling them to go out and make a mess of something to try to tell a story. Why don't you just let them go out and do what they do and just wins and losses? If KO loses, for example, and we'll move on. Like, for example, when Christian was the world heavyweight champion and he lost, he came out every week, one more match. That was his thing. That was a part of the storyline during the time. One more match. He didn't lose to nothing sketchy. It wasn't no foot on the rope. He lost, and he came out the next week saying one more match. Yeah. Why not do that? If you're not ready to let the storyline go, if you want to keep it going, I don't know why they want to keep it going. But if you don't have anything else for those two guys to do, then why not just do that? Because honestly, after last night, that would have been a perfect opportunity to go down and get Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens booked for SummerSlam. I guess now it's gonna be a Survivor Series match, I guess. Because surely they're not gonna drag this thing out with Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon to WrestleMania. Don't need it. But if that's where you're going, just go down and get it over with. Let's get it done in Survivor Series. Should have did it at SummerSlam and gave AJ something else to do.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that these one-sided stories are being told. Like, why is it that they can't be in multiple situations? Because you think about it, and I'm just one example I give.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Miz to Raj on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
A week ago, they went in this deep feud with Ambrose and Rollins. Ambrose and Rollins won the match. They come back the next week, it's over.
Yep. Not even acknowledged.
And not even acknowledged. It's over. They won the match, so now it's over. I thought it was about the Intercontinental title. It's not now. So I'm guessing, and this is me because they didn't tell me a very good story. I'm guessing that Dean and Seth are moving on to the tag team titles.
Yep.
Undeservingly, of course, because they hadn't beat anybody in the tag team division. And Jason Jordan is getting ready to move into the Intercontinental title.
Yep.
Picture.
That's the direction. I sensed that last week when I think we was talking about Cesaro and Sheamus, and I was like, I actually know who their opponents are going to be at SummerSlam. I know this is the direction it's going to.
Yeah.
But like,
I didn't see it coming.
The thing is, like, I hate how they're doing. Just like you said, this is kind of jump sides to Raw for a minute. But like, I hate how they're doing it. But at the same time, if they do it the way I feel it's going, I'm good with it. Like, if it comes to the result of the fact that they team up and Dean turns on himself instead of Seth turning on Dean like back in the day, that'd be a good payoff.
Don't hold your breath on that. I don't see it happen. I don't see it happen. I don't see them taking Dean that direction. I don't think they'll do it. I don't think they'll pull the trigger with Dean. I think Dean's over quite a bit. I think they're really trying to set this thing up so at some point in the next 6 months we see Seth, Dean, and Roman side by side fighting a good fight again. That's what I think they're going towards. That's how I think this ends. I don't think it ends with anybody getting stabbed in the back.
We shall see.
Yeah. But it just adds to my point of storytelling. It just doesn't tell a very good story because they were just at odds about the Intercontinental title, and Dean wanted his title back. Rollins only got involved because Miz threw his name when we're talking about Dean. You know what I'm saying? And
that was bad storytelling. And
now they jump to the tag team champions, and the tag team champions were so against it now to where like they are beating up Rollins and Ambrose. When you got Anderson and Gallows, Revival, and the Hardys all coming for the titles, or should be coming for the titles. I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, we have our mindset of what may come out. The outcome may be for that feud with Cesaro and Sheamus and Dean Ambrose and Seth, but like overall, it's kind of like it's forgotten about like how the storylines from one week the next week.
Like it never happened.
Like it never happened. Because like I said, I would not think in the month of July, like, you know what was a really good feud? The Miz versus Dean Ambrose. And that never crossed my mind because it is forgotten. You think about it, like, it's not something memorable.
And that whole LeVar Ball thing, they did. I mean, it's like you do all of that to get to this and then drop it. That's kind of how I feel.
They dropped the ball.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, that was your smack in the face. So, my brother, tell me what is your Smackdowner? My
Smackdowner, and I've already mentioned this, was it was actually going to be 2-part, but we've already talked about Rusev and Chad Gable and the whole Orton thing. So I'll skip that part. But my Smackdowner is Aiden English and Sami Zayn. And the reason for that is because rather than you let these two guys go out and have a really good match, you allow now, and this is my fault because I was reading the dirt sheets. This is my fault. And I read, spoiler alert, that Sami Zayn is in line for a huge world title push coming up, you know, that he's finally won over, you know, Backstage, and that they're putting him in position to be in the world title picture. Maybe not the champion, but to be, you know, going for the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's finally made believers or whatever the fuck that means. So I'm expecting them to shoot Sammy to the moon. Like, okay, Sammy's finna put some wins together here. It's finna be Sammy time.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out and loses to Aiden English after a roll-up. And the crazy part about it is that between Aiden English's entrance from walking on the ramp all the way to the ring to what Mike Kanellis and Maria did post-match was longer than the actual match that took place.
Yep.
So you had me sit through that. I'm more angry at the fact that I had to sit through that. And then Mike and Maria come out, and every time I hear that music, I get excited.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's all they did.
Yeah.
When are you going to put Mike Kanellis in the match that he can win without looking like the scary coward hide behind Maria?
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to get that? Because we still haven't gotten that yet. We hadn't gotten Mike Kanellis come out to the ring, win a match on his own. It's like you do nothing to build people's credibility. And then you give Aiden English, who I said on last week, this dude's not going to be a damn champion.
Yep, you should.
They're not going to do anything with him.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we pushing him like this? Does somebody in the back like the fact that him coming out to the ring doing that singing shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all I see. Is he a talented dude? Yeah. Was he talented in NXT, a part of the Vaudevillains? Yes. But once again, like we've said week after week after week, you got a guy that you did not push correctly because the titles were on lock. The tag team titles were on complete lockdown because you had to get New Day to this record.
Mm-hmm.
So why even put them in a program with New Day? It's like, if it was me, I would go back and rethink all of the booking that I've done. Because you see how over people are in Full Sail.
Mm-hmm.
You get them on the main roster and you can't get the same effect, and yet you got more people. And contrary to popular belief, I truly believe there are way more people watching NXT and watching both NXT and the main product than just watching the main product.
Right.
I just don't believe that people aren't watching NXT and only watching the main roster. I think it's more people watching all of it than it is people just watching the main. So how can you get these guys that are over in Full Sail, get them to the main roster, and completely drop the ball with them time and time and time again? It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's what your United States title's supposed to be.
Right.
For.
Give them something to do.
That way you don't have to come up with these cheesy, stupid-ass storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Your U.S. title would completely get rid of that. Because you could have Aiden English, you could have Ty Dillinger, you could have Mike Kanellis, you could have all those guys. Even Sami Zayn, if you're not ready to put him to the world title, you can have all those guys. Chad Gable, throw him in there.
Sammy's still yet to have a title.
That's what I'm saying.
Roster, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You can have Chad Gable in there. You get Luke Harper in there. I gotta say, you can get Eric Rowan in there. That's a good mid card.
Yeah.
Of heels and faces that can go after a title.
And the majority of people you named came from NXT.
Exactly.
And they already was in the main part, main storylines on the NXT. So it lets you know they can carry the torch in that mid card on the main roster.
Exactly. Not to mention the hype bros. Not to mention Breezango.
Yeah.
I mean, you got people that are qualified and capable enough, because I mean, you're not going to give the title to Breezango. You're not going to give the title to the Ascension. You're not going to give the title to the hype bros. That's how you get everybody involved. Get everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that they got to be on the TV every week just taking up TV time, but
swap them out.
Swap them out.
We cool. Yeah.
Put them in a four-way. Let's see put them in a tournament to see who the next big thing gonna be. I mean, like, whatever. I mean, like, try it, please, try it, please. It's getting hard to watch. It's getting hard to watch.
It got better this week, but yeah, it was. I mean, I agree. I mean, just exactly the direction of certain storylines and angles, or whatever. Yes, it's getting hard to bear, because I'm not gonna lie about Raw. Like, Raw was tough.
Yeah,
tough as hell to watch.
And I mean, if we're gonna get if we know that there's a storyline going on, then I should be looking forward to it progressing. Not
waiting for it to get over.
Waiting for it to be over.
Yeah.
Like, I don't read a book reading it saying, man, when am I going to get to the last fucking page? Like, this shit's terrible. I just stopped fucking reading.
That's a great point. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
fuck this book.
You know what I'm saying? I don't go to the movies, pay my money, get my popcorn and my candy, go sit down in the movie, and be like, man, when this shit's gonna be over? Because that's the movie I don't want to watch. That's the movie I'm not gonna watch, free or not. I'm not gonna watch. If I don't want to see it, I'm not gonna see it.
Right.
And it's a lot of stuff right now that I just don't want to see, and I'm forced to watch it and wait for it to be over. Case in point, Battleground, and I'll rest there.
Oh my. Well, good thing we had a good opening match. Because like I said, maybe give some hope. Maybe it's going to be – never mind. We don't get back down the road again. We'll be another
I'm not going there.
Another hour.
I'm not taking that turn. I'm not taking that turn. So, EJ, what was your smack in the face this week?
My smack in the face this week is nothing. I enjoyed the show. There was some points. I mean, I gave it – I think somebody made a point in the group that says – that was a 10 out of 10 show. And I was like, it was a 9. I'm not gonna give it that much, but it was a good show. I'm just gonna pinpoint. You can look up and down the list. I enjoyed the hell out of SmackDown last
up and down this page.
The only thing I didn't enjoy, which I brought up, like I said, I just didn't enjoy that opening match. Like, I mean, I enjoyed the match, but like these botched finishes, like I can live without that. I had problems with certain. You know what though? I'm sorry. I retract my statement. Yeah. I retract my statement so much.
Yeah.
I retract all that. It's going to be on the show, so I'm not going to delete that. I retract that. My smack in the face is Jinder Mahal. That shit was awful as hell to watch.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy any part of that. I didn't enjoy the fact that he plugged his people look, I mean, like I'm a foreigner thing, like he keeps doing it. But, like, the fact that he's still our champion and he gives the most driest, boring promos, and he had to sing brothers wearing neck braces and shit like they really hurt. But after Battlegrounds, they took a picture with the Great Khali posed up with no neck braces on. I mean, it's just certain things. But, like, that Jinder Mahal, thank God Shinsuke's no more contender. Shinsuke can take his belt off on him because they already know, like, right now, this is diminishing the title right now because, like, it's not approachable. It's not nothing I want to see. Like, I don't look forward to seeing Jinder Mahal. And I'm not saying, you're supposed to look forward to seeing a heel, but, like, he's not an attractable heel. We're like, oh, man, I can't wait to boo him. Like, oh, I can't wait to see who's going to get a hold of him and knock him out. Or, like, I just don't want to see him right now.
Well, they protect him way too much, number one.
Yeah.
He's way too protected. I mean, like, they use the Singh brothers to take all the bumps. Jinder doesn't get his ass beat before the pay-per-view. No. It's like he's protected. The Singh brothers get slung around like rag dolls.
I'm tired of them too.
I mean, like, if all I have to look forward to is what bump they're going to take, not a very good champion. The two little guys on the outside.
Exactly. That's what I mean. But it also proves the point that, like, since May, we've been dealing with Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
Like, continuously. Nonstop. We've been continuously seeing the same brothers, like you said, getting thrown around, DDT'd outside the ring, thrown through a table, beat up backstage or whatever you want to call it. And, like, it's boring to me. Like, when this part of the program hits, that's when I tune out. And, like, that's why I sit there and said that, like, I enjoyed the show. Until you started scrolling up and down on the list, I thought about it. I was like, I tuned out on one part of the show. And then, like, I realized when you brought up, when we was doing the rundown, I tuned out then. Yeah. I already knew where he was going. But, like, yeah, that was the complete worst shit of the night.
Yeah.
Hands down to me. I already know you said your smack in the face or whatever, but, like, that made me drop from 10 to 10. That wasn't the only thing that made it drop from 10. But, like, that was a big point. But, yeah, I'm sorry.
You good. You're good. I'm I think – because I just didn't think it. I mean, I know you pretty well. I had to look back down the lineup. I'm like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me this didn't bother you?
But overall, man, I had a good 7 to 9 o'clock last night.
It was some points that I could have did without. I'm just gonna be honest. That crappy ass finish to the U.S. title match pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn ate English, pissed me off. Mike Kanellis, if you're gonna put him on TV, that's what you put him on TV for. That pissed me off. Gender didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Orton, there's no way in my book that show was anything close to a 10 because it was all that stuff on the back end.
It was like they had things going good, but then they throw something else.
Then they did something else and like, oh man, this is so good. And then somebody just came and just like it's almost like you got a birthday cake. And then like, you know what I'm saying, you done blown out your candle, you finna eat that first piece, you can cut your piece, and then somebody just come and like just pour like orange juice over it. And I like orange juice.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that somebody came and poured it over my cake. Like that's not supposed to happen.
Right. And
there was a whole bunch of stuff that was like orange juice was not supposed to happen on this show.
You could have said something like, man, you got all this good ass food, these greens and shit, and then all your green juice touch your other food. You get out.
Well, I don't mind that.
I don't mind it either. A lot of people
don't like their food touching. You're right. You make valid point.
That's what it was. Some good ass food on the plate, but it was touching.
It was touching. So now it's not the same.
But Chad gave Rusev, that shit was great. Then Rusev dropped the promo. All right, it's pretty cool.
And that juice sliding into the macaroni now.
Then Randy Orton came out. Shit, I got green macaroni.
Yeah,
that's
basically what it was. But then you made me think of something else, and it's not a smack in the face. And it's just thought I had. It just happened. These feuds on SmackDown have been going way too fucking long.
They need to.
Oh my god! Can we refresh? Hit the refresh button.
I mean, that's why we're getting this shake up.
We don't need a shake up.
Oh, we'll get there.
We don't need that.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That would do it for our review. So let's get into these near falls.
You want to go?
I have one.
Oh, okay.
Easily.
Okay.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
So close to being my smack up, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, they trolled the fuck out of us.
They did.
I mean, I'm not one person can sit there and tell me they didn't think that was Big E.
I thought it was.
Man.
I was like, so they healthy? Like they got their head.
I know, right? I'm like, they came out like ain't shit happened. I thought they were gonna say, Cleveland. All right, see anybody? All right. Don't you dare! But nah, I was like, man.
New music?
Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's because they Seth got new music this week. Did you hear that part?
Yeah, Burn It Down.
Burn It Down. That shit's dope. But said, don't you dare be sour. You started talking about beat up your champs, and I mean like my head exploded. Like, I mean, it just
like people like looking, they show people in the crowd, they're like looking like, what the hell's going on? I don't get it. And then all of a sudden they came out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was dope.
And they dropped knowledge once again, dropping bombs, and like, I mean, we getting this at SummerSlam.
We
no doubt. So it's just the fact that like, are they gonna add stipulation, or are they just gonna have a straight up match? They can have a straight up match.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for anything extra, but like, it would spice things up a little bit more if they added something to it.
Mm-hmm.
Ladder match, possibly anything, spice it up. Like add a little something extra. But like if you don't, okay, it's cool.
Right.
I ain't gonna worry about it. But like I love that. What you got?
Potential SmackDowner. Didn't really like the women's match.
Really?
I didn't. I liked it up until we got to the end, where Carmella, who hadn't taken any punishment, instantly tapped out. And it's like, outside of those kicks to her legs, she really didn't have anything done to her. You know what I'm saying? In the match, because Natalya pretty much carried that match on their team, for their team. And then when Carmella was in the ring, she was pretty much helping the beat down. So I was like, what the hell? Like, it's just like these rush finishes. Like, it's like, okay, if you telling me we got a match coming up, okay, I want to be able to sink my teeth into it. But this match just sounded like it was like a couple matches, and that was the thing. It felt like it just came to an end and way too fast. The Aiden English match, way too fucking fast. They went to that, let's take it home, guys. Like way too fast. Like what the hell? Like you just got out there. And I don't want Aiden English and Sami Zayn. And then Naomi, they announced for next week. It's gonna be a one-on-one her and Carmella. Why?
Two things.
Why?
Two things. I enjoyed that match. It was, like I said, it was a great. I shoot the great, but then the great, go back down. It was a good match, good tag match for SmackDown. The only thing, the thing I loved most about it, I was scared that they was gonna make number one, possibly make Naomi tap out to the sharpshooter. Number two, I was scared that Natty was gonna get pinned by Naomi or Becky, which I didn't like either. I don't want your number one contender going into SummerSlam looking weak, and I don't want the champion going in looking weak. Number 3, I look at it as far as that Carmella, yeah, she didn't take too many shots or whatever, and she tapped out easily. But the fact is, like, I think they're playing that right because, once again, she has a briefcase. So it's really not affecting to the point, but, like, I think they're relying on this 30-day suspension from Ellsworth. He's going to be a factor probably at SummerSlam, and that's going to protect her as champion, possibly if she gets the belt, you know, and cashes in. He's going to be that protector. He's going to be that, not saying she can't go, but, like, I think he's going to be that weak link of her that helps her, you know, it kind of makes it seem like, okay, like, you get your ass beat all the time, but how are you champion? Because you got him. But, I mean, that's the only thing I pointed out, the great parts of that match, because, like, the champion didn't get pinned, nor the number one contender looked weak because she got tagged out. You know what I'm saying? So there's things like that.
Would it have not been better to have your weak link of the division take that tap out though? In Lana? Since that's what they do with her every week anyway. Why not let her continue that?
We didn't get Lana, Tamina, or Charlotte this week.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I just feel like Lana would have been better in that position than Carmella. Because Carmella's supposed to be Money in the Bank. It's the first time we've seen her in a match since she won the thing.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, I mean, I was okay with it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Like I said, I feel like I said that with Baron Corbin. Like, you got the briefcase, take as many L's as you want. Because, like I said, it's only going to count once you cash in.
But he wasn't taking them that fast.
I know. But I'm just saying, I know there's a difference between him and Carmella. But, like, that's what I feel. That's what I feel what they were doing with her. Like, yeah, she lost. She can sit there and say, oh, I keep losing. But she's going to cash in when it counts. And she's going to do what she do. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe next week they give us a better match. I really don't want that though.
I mean, like I said, yeah, I don't care for the match. You know what I'm saying, to happen next week. But
maybe Natalya will play a factor in the match. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm opposed to Naomi losing or having her shoulders pinned before SummerSlam. I mean, like, she's been booked extremely strong.
I believe she's the best booked champion.
Yeah, I mean, like, she's been booked extremely strong. Like, she hasn't taken any pinfall losses. She's not taking them constantly. I mean, she took that loss to Tamina. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, really, what did they do for Tamina? I mean, well, what did they do for Tamina? No. It did nothing for her. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's just things about that night that made me say, this is not where I want to see this going. I know it's the setup for the pay-per-view, so I won't shit on it.
Yeah.
It's like a 6.5 or 7.
That's what you gave the show last night?
That's what if I had to rank it, I would have gave it like a 6 or a 7.
I give it a strong 8. Strong 8. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was bearable to watch.
Yeah. It had a lot of good points. But I mean, it also had a lot of ugh.
But like I said, when they had them it was like it was coming off of cool, and then and like I said, another potential shout out, smack up to the Fashion Files once again. Like, I was containing my laughter during this podcast when J.Fields was going through the rundown, but like last night, I couldn't hold it back. I was fucking tripping. Like, I mean, I didn't, like I said, he said the Maplewood thing, I didn't get it. I'm sitting there like, what the hell? It's like some trippy Adult Swim type shit. Like, you know, you ever watch Adult Swim and like you watching the show and then they go to commercial, they show like the most random thing in ever, like a fucking squirrel, like sniffing like a toilet or some shit. Like they show the most random thing and then it goes straight Adult Swim. They don't even explain it, you know. That's how I feel. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? Right. He's just pouring maple syrup, but Maplewood. You know, I was like, no more metaphors, no more. I was like, golly, this shit is funny as hell, man. So, yeah, good job.
That's all I got.
All right. Moving on. Whoa, one more thing. No. Damn, now I'm torn. I got GTW.
Oh.
But, okay. Real quick. No. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. We're going to go to the GTW. So let's move on to the GTW segment. May not be a good one, but I just had to talk about it and see what you have to say about it. But what is the fascination with Shane McMahon? Why does the WWE feel he has to be so involved in the program? Mind you that we had to deal with him last year against Undertaker. Mm-hmm. This year we had to deal with him with AJ. Now it was potentially coming into Shane going into KO's program, going against KO possibly. But yet, I wanted the payoff to be, I don't know, for some reason, like if we're gonna get this match, U.S. title match at SummerSlam, I was actually looking for like, shit, maybe Daniel Bryan finna get in there and be the referee. He pointed to Shane, and like I was just so let down. Like, no, why? Like, why do we constantly like? Why does WWE feel? I mean, I understand he's in good shape or whatnot. You want to say, but why do they feel they have to force him in other programs to get other people to fill that void? Anything? Like,
yeah. Basically, Shane McMahon is the last piece outside of Triple H. He's the last piece to the Attitude Era that's left.
Yeah.
He's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, unless, Kurt laces him back up here in the next few months. Well, yeah, and Big Show. But, I mean, Big Show had a snooze fest with Big Cass on Monday night, and that was terrible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, he's not the link that we want. But, I mean, because of the fact that he'll go out and take those bumps and, you know what I'm saying, he'll hit a couple of spectacular moves and things like that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's kind of like the link between, like, the new audience of fans and the ones of us that's been here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of what it is. I won't say it's a fascination as it so much is the fact that it's Vince's boy.
Yeah.
And now he finally got him back in the company, even though he's gray-haired and old as shit now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to use him until we can't anymore. I mean, you know how Vince is. When he think he got something, he going to use it. I mean, we saw Shane go against everybody back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he fought everybody. He fought Kane. He fought Undertaker. He fought HBK. He fought Triple H. He fought his dad. He fought Kurt.
Yeah.
He fought everybody.
Steve Blackman.
I mean, yeah. He fought Steve Blackman. So, I mean, like, they put him in there with everybody. He fought Big Show. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there with some of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He's fought Orton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's ever been in there with Cena or not, but I know he's been in there with Orton. I don't think so either. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of the thing. Like, I guess he's kind of the person that you put in there with whoever that you want to keep relevant or whatever, or the person that, doesn't have a storyline necessarily, but we know we can get a good match out of, or we can make this person either more hated or more loved by being in this match with Shane.
Because the last couple of times he's been inserted in a match, I mean, like recently, the last couple of times he's been in a match, it's always a last-minute decision. Like, Undertaker. Mr. Man said, you're going to fight Undertaker WrestleMania, Shane. He told us Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Survivor Series. The last member of the team is you, Shane. Mm-hmm. AJ, you got an appointment? You need an appointment at WrestleMania? It's me, Shane. You know what I'm saying? Like, they constantly. And now, last night, we got a referee for you. It's going to be Shane. I'm like, why does it always have to be inserted like that? Like,
right.
I understand that, that's his baby boy, and he wants to make sure, his son stays with the company this time, not leave. He makes sure he's happy, but, like, it's just like I said, out of all those times, all those matches, not once did I wanted Shane in that position. And I don't feel anybody, the fans appreciate it, but, like, I don't think anybody was like, man, I really hope Shane, maybe one day we can get a Shane versus John Cena or Shane versus AJ Styles, or nobody's saying that.
Yeah. And
that's where that dream match shit come up too. So that makes my part 2 of things. That's what I was saying. That's really where my GTW segment was going. But, like, these dream matches, and, like, every time they have a dream match, is involving who.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak bad about them today because I said I'm not going to do that. But the fact of the matter is, like, why does
confirm I was going to do that?
But why does every time he faces someone new, oh, this is a match we always wanted to see? I mean, like, I did not once think at all when Shinsuke Nakamura, y'all even brought him to my knowledge of who he was before he came to NXT. Not once in my mind, like, man, if him and John Cena ever square up, oh man, it's gonna be nuts. I didn't think that. I'm thinking about other people, especially after I saw the match he had with AJ, and then I saw the match he had with Sammy. You know what I'm saying? These type of things. I'm like, man, him versus Seth. I'm thinking about anybody but John Cena, and the fact that, like, anybody John Cena fights that you never seen. Like, I don't even feel like when I first heard about AJ Styles, I didn't think about, like, man, I really can't wait till John Cena and AJ Styles lock up one day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they constantly try to make these hashtags and try to place this over certain matches, and, like, that's not what the fans want. We have our dream matches, but y'all nowhere near trying to give that to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like BK brought it up, I think on the page, like I think the last dream match that we actually had that I can recall right now, it's probably more, but you can bring to my knowledge, was Hogan versus Rock. You know, things like that. Yeah. Like back then, Austin versus who? We wanted Austin versus CM Punk. We never got that. We got Jericho versus.
We did. We got it at Royal Rumble though.
Did we?
Rockin' CM Punk.
I said Austin.
Oh yeah, we didn't get Austin.
Yeah,
CM Punk. No, we didn't get that.
But like, we got Shawn Michaels versus Jericho. I mean, we have these certain type of storylines that we, you know.
Where you look down the list of history, and you're like, man, that'd be a really good match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, you're right.
But I mean, that dream match stamp really just bothered me last week when they brought it up. But like, it lived up to the potential. But like, I still wouldn't sit there and say that's something I go to bed thinking about. Like, man, the potential of having these certain people in the ring together would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. So
that's the WWE logic, because they don't think anybody's bigger than John Cena.
Right.
And that's the problem. I mean, like, a dream match is Samoa Joe and AJ Styles. That's a dream match that you should be working towards. Or Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. You know, Finn versus Nakamura. Those are dream matches. When we got that stuff on NXT, I mean, like, they've had dream matches in NXT that you like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you have people that you just haven't used correctly that would have served in excellent dream matches too. You had Austin Aries. You know, you got Seth, you got Dean, you got Cassius Ohno, who even though he's bigger than what he probably ever been, dude is still capable of having great matches.
Yeah.
Great matches with anybody.
I mean, the match he had with Hideo last week.
Speaking of Hideo and Shinsuke, that's the match. That's the match. And I mean, if Nakamura wins before Hideo leaves, you need to get him up to Smackdown. So we can have that match before they go back to Japan. I mean, nothing against Cena. I mean, like, since he's the golden boy, yeah, they're going to keep putting him in matches. Same with Shane, you know, but don't tell me every time he's in a match, like you said, don't tell me every time he's in a match against somebody he ain't never been in a match with before that it's a dream match.
Because you also look at last year when they set up the program between Brock and Randy Orton. It was looking great. Like, this is something we want to see. This is cool. We seen them fight back in the day, but like, Randy's a totally different star than he was back then. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was something to look forward to. That's like, quote unquote, a dream match. Like, let's see where this goes. Like, yeah, I actually thought about this once upon a time, but like I said, fast forward to now, it's just like potential sets up.
And then we get them, and then they drop the ball on them. You know what I'm saying? They forced the Goldberg. They forced the Goldberg Brock Lesnar, and it's like you force those things on us all because you want to get somebody to the next spot. You know what I'm saying? They forced John Cena and The Rock on us twice.
Once in a lifetime.
Twice.
Once in a lifetime, man. And
the first time they did it was just a singles match. Then they came back and did it for the title so Cena could get his win back. No. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it the first time. But I understood. Okay, I understood. It's Rock's comeback match. You need a big match, a big opponent. Okay, cool. But like normally when they used to do dream matches, it was really a dream match. It was really a match that like people had been talking about over the years, like Shawn Michaels and HBK. Shawn Michaels and Hogan.
Yeah.
That was a dream match.
Yeah.
People wanted that.
Two icons, yeah.
People wanted that. And the thing about it is that even though Hogan was old, people still wanted the match.
Yeah.
And even though him and Michaels had issues and Michaels oversold the whole match,
everything.
That shit was so funny. Look that shit up on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you hadn't seen it, look that up on YouTube. Shawn Michaels versus Hogan. HBK oversells for Hogan. Like, look that up. It's the most funniest thing you've ever seen. Watching the match, you probably didn't pay attention to because you're just in the moment. But like to look back at that match and see how everything that Hogan did to Michaels, like HBK put an extra flip in there. He put an extra move in there. He already been hit the ground. He stand back up and bump again. Like the shit was crazy.
Get the leg drop, stand up. Oh shit! And then lay back down.
Get the big boot. It was the big boot.
Yeah.
He got the big boot.
Twirled
around, fell, stood back up, and fell again. Like it's crazy. But nevertheless, Vince doesn't care about 5-star matches. Clearly, he doesn't. He doesn't care about a 5-star match because they don't produce them very often.
Right.
With the talent that you got, you ought to be producing a 5-star match weekly. Weekly. New Japan right now is producing 4- and 5-star matches night after night. And this has just started since what, July 17th, I think. July 21st, somewhere in the 17th and the 21st, somewhere in that area. The 20th, I think, is when it all kicked off the G1. They've been producing classics since the first night. And all of them may not be 5 stars, but you still like, damn, I just watched some really damn good wrestling. What the next night gonna bring? Who gonna fight the next night? And I'm not even watching the full card.
Right.
Like they having full shows. They're not just having 1 or 2 matches every night. They having full cards. And just the matches that I'm watching. I'm like, damn, I can't even decide a match to watch. Well, I'm like, well, damn, this damn Sonata match was really good. Damn, well, shit, Michael Elgin had a good match. Kenny Omega had a good match. Man, Suzuki had a good match. I'm going back and forth on what my match to be, and that's just one promotion. We ain't even talking about ROH. We're not talking about Progress. We're not talking about Revolution Pro. So they having matches too. We're not talking about ICW. And you got all this TV time. You got a whole network plus all this TV time, and I'm not getting 5-star, 4-star matches on a regular basis. They gave Orton and Jinder a 0.05, a 0.5 for the Punjabi prison match.
Tragic.
A 0.5, EJ.
I saw it. I saw the rating.
That's what it got. How can you have all the talent you got and you're not producing quality wrestling? Ain't that why we here?
That's why we here.
I ain't just here for entertainment.
No.
I've grown out of that.
They're making it strictly like a TV show, like something you want to. I mean, it should be something you want to tune in every week, but like, it's something we just putting up with now. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe something good come out of this.
Yeah. Did you watch the Kurt Angle 24 special?
Yes. Great.
Okay. Let me bring up one point from this because I'm glad we talking. So in the Kurt Angle special, when he broke his neck like shit the 4th or 3rd time, he was like, man, it's almost over for me. So I'm going to go out night after night and have the best match on the card with everybody. I'm not wishing near career-ending injuries on nobody. But why is it that the people, the wrestlers, are not getting the opportunity to go out and have the best match of the night?
Yeah.
That should be a goal. Like, even in UFC, and I mean, like, that's a totally different thing. MMA is totally different. But you got the knockout of the night. You got the submission of the night. You got the match of the night, or the fight of the night, rather. You got people getting bonuses for going out, captivating the crowd. Like,
yeah, set the bar.
Set the bar.
Plug Sheamus.
Force John Cena to go out and have the best match on the card. It ain't no way that the folks outside of the 5 people that I'm finna mention could have had that conversation for Battleground. There is no way that anybody else on that card for Battleground outside of the New Day and the Usos could have decided to go out and have the best match on the card. Because everything following that match was trash. Trash. Throw the whole pay-per-view away. It was trash. So, once again, we've gotten so comfortable, or I hadn't gotten comfortable because of shit. That's why I watch all the shit that I watch. But Vince has gotten so comfortable to the point to where, like, oh, they're going to be here. We'll give them whatever. I don't have to push for this or that. And I understand they work a harder schedule than some of the other promotions. I get it. So you want to preserve people and things like that. I understand. But every now and then, more often than not, Luke Harper could have a 5-star match. AJ Styles, Cesaro, these people are capable of 5-star matches. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, they're capable. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, you got too much talent between your 2 shows to where we have to sit through botch finishes. We have to sit through sloppy missed calls from the refs, roll-ups, schoolboys, Victor Rolls, O'Connor Rolls, Oklahoma Rolls. I don't want to sit through that no more.
California
Rolls, Dragon Rolls, Volcano Rolls. I told my moms that today that I had to get some sushi something. But the point is that death to the roll-up. Death to the botch finish. You got too much talent to have to go out there and do that. We're not getting that on NXT.
Just like you brought up too, like I understand you had to preserve people. Like, yeah, you don't want to go out there and risk it all every night, but same time, you should set the bar like, hey, this is your week. You gotta go out there and put on a 5-star match. Just do it. Like, even if, like, not even saying you gotta always be a 5, like, go aim for it. You know what I'm saying? Just like at least one match a week on SmackDown should be oh my God, 5-star, like I can't believe that happened. Yeah, I understand you want the big payoff to be at the pay-per-views, but like lately at these pay-per-views, it's been a letdown because once again, you like you said, you getting these roll-ups, botch finishes, disqualifications, and all these other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is your pay-per-view. Right. Like this is supposed to be payoff for all the build-up of all the bullshit we've been dealing with. And you still give us more bullshit and try to make up for it the following night. You know what I'm saying? Plan this shit out better. And just like you said, I mean, like preserve it, but same time, they should be going out there trying to earn it. Like, hey, I'm finna go out here and get this 5-star bonus. You know, Vince said we put on a great match, crowd get on the internet, start ripping and raving about it, like we get a bonus. Like that should be the bar. And that's a great point. Like what you brought up, like everybody should be aiming to be the best right now, not just going out there, put on a little promo and then get a little roll up and go backstage and that's it.
Yeah.
So
it's cheesy. It's cheesy. I mean, like Jericho didn't take his foot off the gas. Jericho don't take his foot off the gas. Jericho wasn't even on the show this week. Jericho showed up 1 week and had a match of the year candidate for WWE.
Yeah.
A WWE match of the year. Yeah. Potential match of the year. That match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles and Y2J was great. He ain't taking this foot. Y2J don't have to wrestle no more. Dude don't have to do that. He don't have to go out. He could be coasting just like Orton is right now. But because he loves the business, because he cut from the cloth of the Kurt Angles.
And he's the best in the world. What do you understand what he's saying to you right now?
Yes. All of that.
Yeah.
He's not going to come out and undersell you. I understand, we've lost some people to injury over the years. Kurt Angle with the neck.
Daniel Bryan.
We lost Daniel Bryan.
Edge.
We lost Edge. I get it. Some of your biggest stars have been injured, but everybody's not going to go through the business injury-free. I mean, you look at it. I mean, the NBA's lost great stars too, but ain't nobody telling them to take nights off. Go out and play. Go out and play hard. When people were not able to beat Jordan, they were going out playing every night with the hopes of beating Jordan. Shawn Michaels didn't just become Mr. WrestleMania only putting on good matches at WrestleMania. That's where he turned it up a notch from what the great shit he was already doing. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we have that right now? It's like, we know people come out and say, oh, I'm the best wrestler that you got, or I'm the best this or the best that.
Yeah.
And they don't get to show it very often. You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that sucks, you know what I'm saying? Because you got too much. And not even just your indie guys. You got your Dolph Ziggler's, your in-house people that you've made. You got your Jason Jordan that you create that's capable of a good match. You got the Revival. Like these dudes are going out. Like when they have takeovers, I feel like that's what the mindset is for takeover.
Yeah.
But why doesn't that transition to your main roster?
You seen that WWE 24/7 takeover thing? Like Triple H said, man, I want y'all to go out there and put on a great show. I ain't mean for y'all to go out there and steal it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We still got WrestleMania tomorrow.
Right.
That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like just like you said, like NXT does it we get that payoff. We get a take like all the build up every week. We get an hour show every week. Build up is great. We get to take over, they pay off. We don't never get to the point where like, damn man, the storyline was built up so good, but that match was disappointing. They deliver, you know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, how many times we say this? Follow what you're doing in NXT and bring it over to the main roster. Why can't y'all get it right and they getting it right with 1 hour? Yeah. We say this we probably say this every week. So it's just like you said, man, like we want that payoff and like we want to have these dream matches be those 5-star matches, or like I say, the Rock and Hogan match. That shit was so emotionally invested. Like I can't even the match wasn't just great. It wasn't a great match, like a great wrestling match, but like the storyline, everything built up to it, it made it matter. You know what I'm saying? Sting and Triple H, the storyline built up to that. It mattered. You know what I'm saying? Like. And then the things they did involved in the match, bringing the NWO and DX, like those things captivated that whole moment. Like we want those type of moments when you're gonna have these dream matches. Don't just put a label on it and then, like I said, just expect us to sit there and say, "Oh, gotta tune in and call it a dream match," because we're gonna call bullshit. Yeah. But
I mean, even with NXT, they announced their main events weeks ahead of time, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't just like, "Oh shit." Heavy Machinery versus AOP for the tag team titles.
Yeah.
I wasn't excited for that.
Right.
But you could tell them dudes went out and they intended to go out and put on the best possible match that they could.
It all out there.
They left it all in the ring. And, like, we don't get that on the main roster. They're not leaving it all in the ring. We get it every now and then.
Yeah, I'm going to save some of this energy for that tour I got to go on next week.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. But, yeah.
I even heard they were talking about, like, with the budget cuts and stuff like that, maybe scaling back on some of the house shows.
Yeah, I heard about that, too.
And if that's possible, I mean, if they do that, I mean, that's fine, too. But, I mean, like, products should still – you should still give a good product. Maybe they rest them on the house show.
They do, but
maybe I'm saying maybe they're putting on the kinds of matches that we want at house shows.
That's what I'm saying.
And I mean, house shows for us have always been kind of frowned upon because they're not televised. Right. We don't really go. But maybe I need to start finding out when they're in these smaller towns and trying to take in some house shows.
They come to Tupelo, Mississippi and shit. Like, yo, we need to go.
Yeah.
Take a little hour and a half drive.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we need to go to Grenada or we need to go to, Little Rock when they're not on television. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll get a good quality product. I mean, we plan to go to Tupelo for the Samoa Joe John Cena match that's been televised. 27. Mm-hmm. We plan to go for that.
So that's on a Sunday, right?
That's a Sunday night.
Okay.
So we plan to go for that. So it's a possibility that we'll get some good wrestling and then the next night we'll be in Memphis for Raw. But I mean, I don't want all these crazy ass finishes. They got to do something about that.
Mm-hmm. Like,
you can write a better show than that. I mean, I didn't sit through this crap. I don't sit through this crap on any other promotion. And I watch all the other shit all the time and won't get one disqualification or one botch finish or one stupid ass ref bump. And if you get a ref bump, make it matter. Like, don't give me a ref bump and then come back on top of that with a sloppy ass finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he couldn't see. Oh, his vision was blurry.
He back there. Oh, okay, so something's mine. Like, stop.
Just stop, because we know he didn't hit you in the eye. It was bad. It was bad. And who throws a punch with their fingers out?
Man, judo chopping.
Bad.
Well, that would do it for our GTW segment this week. And that would do it for our podcast this week. Be sure to listen to go to 1515 Ave and check out other podcasts such as RBU, GTS, of course, MWT, Lace 'em Up, Equal Opposites, The Rundown, Studio Flow, and Mac and D Talk TV. Click on the Amazon link to support the site. Make sure you check out the GTS Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Send us some questions. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Do all that other type of stuff. Support the website. And like I said, chime in. Give us something to talk about. We'll maybe use your input on the GTW segment. You never know. Just try it. And then also, go to the iHeart Wrestling page on Facebook. Request to be in the group, and we'll approve it. As long as you ain't spam, and you got I look at the column and it says you are in 700 other groups. I'm gonna instantly decline that shit because you are spam. So you didn't know that, right? You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, you chime in. You gonna be in for Miller next week on RBU, right?
Yes, I will be in for Miller.
Miller getting married Friday.
Jumping the broom.
Yep. So shout out to Is Miller.
Early congrats in order.
Yep.
Don't forget your lines. I do.
Well, maybe. I was playing. Yeah, I do.
Or I will.
But anyway, if there's nothing else, this is your boy EJ the King.
It's your guy J.Fields.
And we are out this bitch.
Holla.
Holla.